go back to work and see if we can't play better next time we're out on the football field.
In the fourth quarter, you were running the ball effectively at the end of the third quarter. I think you had 54 yards in the final two drives. Then you just kind of switched to a passing game. Was it the situation that dictated that, or what happened?
No, it's just, you call the plays you think are best suited for the situation. And, there are times where we'll have a run called and they'll force you to throw the football too, so that factors in as well.
You said you got what you deserved. How hard is that for you to say that?
It's a reality of the situation. The things that we're known for doing when we play well. I can't think of one of those things that we did today. It just, when you don't play as well as you can and leave the door open, a good team's going to step right in, and they certainly did that.
Ludock had a lot of pressure put on him.
Absolutely. It just, like I said, I mean, we have a reputation of being a team that's going to block cleanly. We didn't do that today. We tend to defend the run pretty well and tackle well. We didn't do that today, and throw in some special teams errors, throw in, I think by my count, 5 major penalties. So you do those kinds of things and expect to overcome them. It just puts a lot of pressure on you.
You talked in the past about wanting to be careful how you use Mark Wiseman in the game. Mm-hmm. He's been pretty effective, though. Is it to the point in the season now maybe you need to?
Yeah, I think even last several weeks he's been one of the bright spots on our football team. He's Mark is what he is, and me personally, I like what he is. I'm glad he's on our team, and you can count on whatever he's going to give you, he gives it to you.
Hey, Kirk, was Beathard available today?
Oh yeah, he was available. He's a little nicked up during the week, but he was available.
Was there any discussion or thought of going to him at all?
Not much. Not much. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of that next week publicly. I don't know, but internally we'll talk about it. We always do.
Did you think the game turned after getting up 14? Was there a point?
Yeah, I mean, anything that happened after that, we just we got off to a very fast start. I guess that's one positive we can cite today. We got off to a really good start, fast start, and took advantage of the situations. After that, there's really not much that other. We put a couple drives together at the end, but even there we drop a pass before we catch a touchdown. That kind of was the game in a nutshell.
Was there any plan? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Were there any plans to put CJ in at all, like you had in
previous? Not really. No, nothing serious today.
On the interception was on Jake's the pick six. Is it thrown to the wind?
I don't think it's so much the wind. The guy jumped the route and jumped it and made a good play.
When you have things, Coach, like Jake had the fumble when you could answer with a touchdown, about pretty big fumble. And then you also had a holding call when Kanzeri had a run down 16. Just 2 plays like that, is that kind of touching on the mental focus that maybe was missing?
It just, like I said, 5 major penalties I counted. Maybe there's more, at least 5 that were majors. 2 turnovers that I counted. There might be more. I can't tell you how many negative yardage plays were pressures on the quarterback. So, if you're going to do that, and we just didn't tackle very well. And they had something to do with that, to their credit. Their guys ran hard, but, we're going to play other teams that run hard too. So if we don't tackle better than that, it's going to be hard to win games.
Were they doing anything
on any of those fronts?
Blitz-wise, any different or anything you've seen?
No, I mean, they did a good job, but it wasn't anything like out of left field or anything like that. It's just, they did a better job than we did today.
The penalty thing, is that mental preparation? Is that being focused on the game?
I don't know. I mean,
we've been
doing pretty well. Yeah. We've been leading the Big Ten for a while in that department, and today it wasn't there. So I can't tell you the cause. I could just say I can't tell you why we were good at it, but today it wasn't there.
Could you? Walsh came in for Sean. Was he dinged up?
Sean or Jordan?
Sean.
Yeah, he got a little. I don't know if he got kicked or whatever, but he was limping around a little bit out there. I'm sure about that.
Yeah, the formations Maryland did. Was that confusing to the defense?
I don't think overall it was that radical. They had a couple of things. They game planned well. They've got a good coaching staff. But it really, their execution was good and ours wasn't, and that's a bad combination.
For the second,
we didn't tackle well. That's just, when you don't tackle, it's going to be hard to play good defense.
I apologize.
Yeah.
For the second week in a row, your defense was kind of gouged by a running attack, 200-plus yards again. Is this a concern now that you're past the midway point?
I mean, 2 games of 200-plus. I don't know what the numbers were today, but one game was a concern now, too. Yeah. I'm going to call it a crisis, but it's... I know this, we're not going to win. We got 5 games left. We're not going to win moving forward if we can't stop the run. And we're going to play other teams that run the ball well.
Are these issues that have popped up recently in a few weeks, Kirk?
Well, last 2 weeks, I mean, today penalties were an issue. So it's football. I mean, things move around. It's not like there's a chronic issue here, but at least I'm not ready to pronounce it as chronic. But I know this, today was a factor. It was a factor last week in the run game. And if we don't do a better job that way, we're gonna have a hard time because it's hard to win games if you can't stop the rush.
Could it just simply be a matter of playing good offenses?
Well, yeah, but I mean, the concern or the real issue there is that we're going to play 5 more teams that are pretty good and competitive. So, if you can't tackle as a defensive football team or a special teams outfit, it's really going to be tough to expect to win games. You just can't do that. And we got to do a better job. And, the good news is traditionally we've done that. So I was kind of referring to the things that we traditionally do fairly well. So it's not hopeless. I think we know how to coach, and I think we know how to do it. We're just going to do it better.
You sound like a very disappointed coach, and maybe not the effort, but just what was taken on the field.
I don't want to diminish what they did. They did a great job. They deserved the win. They outplayed us, outcoached us. Check right down the list. But if we think we can play like that and be successful, it's going to be we better change our schedule, and that's probably not possible at this date. So we got to play better. We have to coach better and play better. That's our jobs.
You guys were forced to kind of check down on the last drive with 59 seconds left.
Yeah, that's a pretty obvious situation. So they're going to drop the whole team back there, and it's not a good place to be. It's really not a good place to be.
What